All right, let's talk about something a lot of people are trying at home to boost their blood flow. It's a popular remedy, but our source material says there's a huge piece of the puzzle missing. Let's find out what it is.
So let me ask you, are you one of the many people out there using just plain old baking soda and water, hoping to improve your circulation? According to our source, urologist Dr. Lila Romano, this is super common.
But her advice? It's pretty blunt. Stop. Right now. In fact, she argues that using baking soda by itself might be the very reason you're just not getting the results you want. It's a pretty bold claim, so let's dig into the chemistry behind it.
And this gets us to what she calls the baking soda mistake. You know, it's so easy to just blame getting older for things not working like they used to. But what if it's not really about age? What if the real problem is your body's chemistry being just a little off? And Dr. Romano just nails this feeling with this quote. It's that frustration, right? Your mind is all in, you're ready to go, but your body, it just doesn't seem to get the memo anymore. This isn't about willpower, it's about biology.
So what's really going on inside? Well, the source explains that after you hit 50, something subtle but huge starts to happen. Our bloodstream tends to get a tiny bit more acidic, and that, my friends, is what kicks off a whole problematic chain reaction. And at the absolute center of that chain reaction is this one critical molecule, nitric oxide. Think of it like a traffic cop for your blood vessels. It blows the whistle and tells them, hey, relax, open up wide. But when that acidity creeps up, nitric oxide production just tanks, and everything slows to a crawl. But you know, it's not just one thing. This is what's so fascinating. It's like a four-front war going on inside your body. First, you've got that rising acidity we just talked about. Then you've got oxidative stress. You can think of it like internal rust that's literally destroying what little nitric oxide you do have. On top of that, your red blood cells get stiff, so they can't deliver oxygen as well. And to cap it all off, the very muscles in your blood vessel walls are running out of gas, the energy they need to stay relaxed and open. It's a tough battle.
Okay, so this is where baking soda enters the picture. And the key takeaway here isn't that it's bad, it's just incomplete. It's kind of like trying to fix a complicated engine with only one wrench. So what does that one wrench do? Well, baking soda is fantastic at being a pH buffer. It goes in there, fights back against that acidity, and that does create a better environment for your body to make more nitric oxide. So it's definitely helping, but it's only solving one piece of a much bigger puzzle. And this table just lays it out perfectly. Look at this. Rising acidity? Yep, baking soda handles that. Check. But what about that internal rust? Nope. Those stiff red blood cells? It's not helping. And the low energy in your muscles? Still a problem. You see, it's only hitting one out of the 4 major targets. So if baking soda is just one part of the solution, what's the missing piece? This is where our source brings in a little bit of kitchen magic, a second simple powder that completely changes the game. And that missing ingredient is citric acid. But hold on, here's the really important part. You're not just taking them separately. The magic happens when you mix them together in water. They have a chemical reaction and they create a brand new compound called sodium citrate. That's the secret weapon. And this new stuff, this sodium citrate, it's the hero of the story. It doesn't just fix one problem, it goes after all 4. It acts like a bodyguard, protecting your nitric oxide from that oxidative rust. It makes your red blood cells flexible and slippery again so they can deliver oxygen. It literally refuels your muscles with energy. And you still get that pH buffering from the baking soda. It's a complete 4-in-1 system.
So let's just put this side by side to make it crystal clear. Baking soda alone, it kind of preps the battlefield by lowering acidity. But the combination? Oh, it preps the battlefield and then unleashes a 4-part attack to actually win the battle. It's the difference between cracking a door open and blowing it wide open. Okay, so we get the why, that's the science. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty, the how, because getting this right is absolutely crucial. And it all starts with this number, 2-to-1. It's not a suggestion, it's the rule. 2 parts baking soda to 1 part citric acid. Don't eyeball it. This specific ratio is what makes that all-important chemical reaction work perfectly. So here's exactly what you do. Grab a glass, pour in about 8 to 12 ounces of water. Then you're going to add a half teaspoon of baking soda. Next, just 1/8 of a teaspoon of the citric acid. And now you wait. You'll see it start to fizz. That's the good stuff happening. Let it do its thing for about 30, maybe 45 seconds. Give it a gentle stir, and you're good to go. Okay, this next part is maybe the most important tip of all. Timing is everything. Look at this timeline.
The real action, the readiness window, doesn't even start until 45 to 60 minutes after you drink it. A lot of people make the mistake of taking it and expecting instant results. Nope, you've got to give it that time to work its magic inside your system. All right, and of course we have to talk safety. This is really important. Each dose has a good bit of sodium, around 1,100 milligrams. So if you have high blood pressure or any kidney or heart issues, you absolutely have to talk to your doctor first. Also, it's best to take it on an empty stomach to avoid any bloating, and maybe just start with half a dose the first time to see how you feel.
But here's where this whole idea gets really powerful. This isn't just about a quick fix for one moment. The real goal, according to the source, is long-term healing. The idea is that if you use this consistently, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, you're not just getting a temporary boost. You're actually starting to heal your entire vascular system. It's kind of like taking your arteries to physical therapy. Over time, they get healthier and more responsive all on their own.
And check out these long-term benefits people report. We're talking healthier blood vessels, sure, but what does that feel like? Well, it feels like more energy every single day, better stamina, and yeah, more consistent performance when it counts. The source even mentions that things like morning firmness can return, which is a really strong sign that your whole system is getting healthier from the inside out. So when you put it all together, what we're really looking at here is a whole new way to think about this problem. It's not just about a temporary fix, it's about understanding and working with your body's chemistry to undo some of the damage. Which leaves us with a pretty powerful question, doesn't it? Are you ready to restore what time has taken away? Okay, what if I told you that one of the most powerful, totally natural ways to restore blood flow is probably sitting in your kitchen right this second? Seriously. But there's a catch, right? It only really works if you add one simple, often overlooked ingredient. So let's dive in and figure out the science behind all this. Let's just start with a really direct question, okay? When was the last time you woke up and just felt powerful? Truly powerful as a man? For way too many guys, that morning signal, that feeling of confidence and, capability, it's just gone quiet. And that's a really frustrating thing to go through, often in silence.
And look, this is where so many of us get it completely wrong. It's so easy to just chalk it up to getting older, right? Or, oh, my testosterone must be low. But the science is actually pointing to something else entirely. The real culprit is something you've probably never even considered. All right, so if it's not your age and it's not a lack of desire, what in the world is it? Well, the real problem, the root cause, is circulation. It's that simple. The little pathways inside your body, they've started to narrow, and that's exactly what's making that signal go quiet. This completely reframes the entire problem. We're not talking about willpower here. This is a hydraulic event. It's plumbing, basically. It depends entirely on blood flow. And think about this for a second. The penis is basically a chamber filled with these tiny, tiny arteries. Actually, the smallest ones in your entire body. So it makes sense, right? It's going to be the very first place you see the warning signs of poor circulation. And the numbers here, they're kind of staggering. A study in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that just a tiny 5% drop in blood flow through those arteries can cause up to a 50% loss in firmness. Let that sink in. A tiny, tiny change in circulation has this massive, outsized impact on performance. And this is the part that is just so frustrating for so many people. You're doing everything you're supposed to do, right? You're eating salads, you're using the good olive oil, you're doing what the doctor told you, and still nothing. It's not changing. Well, if that's you, there is a very specific, crucial reason why. Okay, this brings us to the absolute core of the issue. Even that super high-quality olive oil, the cornerstone of a healthy diet, it's missing something. It's missing a key activation component. It helps, for sure, but it can't actually start the process by itself. This analogy it nails it perfectly. Think of the olive oil as premium fuel in your car's tank. It's great stuff, it keeps the engine clean, protects the parts, but it doesn't provide the spark to actually ignite the engine. You can have a full tank of the best fuel in the world, but without that spark, you're going nowhere. So what is the spark? Well, that spark is a molecule called nitric oxide. It's the master molecule. It's the signal that tells the walls of your arteries to just relax, to open up and let the blood surge through. It's literally the on switch. Without it, the engine just won't start. Doesn't matter how much fuel you've got in the tank. So, that leads us to the million-dollar question, doesn't it? If the olive oil is just the fuel and it can't create the spark on its own, what does? What's the thing that actually flips the switch? What sends the signal to open everything up? Well, the answer is surprisingly simple, and I'm willing to bet it's already sitting in your kitchen cabinets. It's time to reveal this simple but incredibly powerful activator.
The answer is vinegar. Yeah, you heard me right, vinegar. And I know what you're probably thinking. Vinegar? No way. That's way too simple. It sounds almost ordinary, right? But stick with me, because the science behind why it works is what makes this so incredibly powerful.
So here's the magic behind it. Vinegar has something called acetic acid, and that compound sends a direct signal to the lining of your arteries, the endothelium, and tells it to produce that all-important nitric oxide. Boom. That's the spark. That relaxes the muscles in the artery walls, they open up, and blood can finally surge through. And on top of that, it does a bunch of other great stuff, like lowering blood sugar spikes after you eat and cutting down on inflammation, all things that help your circulation in the long run. But wait, it gets even better. Because while vinegar is the activator, when you combine it with olive oil, they team up. They create this incredible synergistic effect that makes both of them way more powerful than they are on their own. So let's go back to our analogies. The vinegar is the spark plug, right? It ignites the whole process, triggers that nitric oxide release. The olive oil is the protector. It's the high-quality fuel, and its antioxidants actually shield that nitric oxide, keeping it from breaking down too fast. So it's not just about creating the spark, it's about protecting it. When you put them together, it's like a 1-2 punch that unlocks the door to better circulation. Okay, that's enough of the science and the why. Let's get down to the how. We're talking about a practical daily action plan. It's a really specific 2-step protocol. And I gotta tell you, consistency is absolutely everything here. It's the key to making this work. All right, step 1. This is your pre-meal vinegar ritual. It's simple. About 10 to 15 minutes before your 2 largest meals of the day, you're going to mix 1 or 2 teaspoons of apple cider or red wine vinegar into a big glass of water, and you just sip it slowly. Now, the timing is really important here because doing it before the meal helps stop those big blood sugar spikes that can really damage the lining of your arteries over time.
Now for step 2, where we bring the dynamic duo together, the daily combination salad. At least once a day, you're gonna have a salad. And for the dressing, you whisk together about 2 tablespoons of a really good extra virgin olive oil with 1 or 2 teaspoons of that vinegar. You pour that over your leafy greens, your veggies, and that's it. The olive oil acts like a bodyguard for the vinegar's effects, making sure everything gets absorbed and put to good use.
Okay, let's talk about results, risks, and just reality. This is not a magic pill, all right? It's a biological process, and that takes time. So it is super important to have realistic expectations and also to be aware of some really critical safety stuff. So what can you expect? Here's a general timeline. In that first week, you might just notice some subtle things, maybe a bit more energy or your hands and feet feel warmer. Then, somewhere between weeks 2 and 4, that's when a lot of guys start to see the first real signs, maybe the return of that morning signal or just better firmness. But the real magic happens between weeks 8 and 12. That's when consistent daily use really pays off with significant, reliable results. You gotta remember, this is about consistency, not a quick fix. Okay, I need you to listen very carefully to this. This is the single most critical safety warning I can give you. Under no circumstances should you ever apply vinegar directly to your penis. I'm serious. The acid will cause severe chemical burns. It can cause scarring, permanent damage. This is an internal solution only. It works from the inside out by fixing your circulation. There are absolutely no shortcuts. And of course, you've got to be smart about this. If you're taking blood thinners like warfarin or you're on diabetes medication, you need to talk to your doctor. If you have issues with GERD or stomach ulcers, start small. And for anyone with serious cardiovascular or kidney disease, please consult your physician first. This is non-negotiable. But the potential here, it's just incredible. A urologist who was involved in this research shared a story about a 67-year-old patient of his. And after years of just feeling like it was all over, he said this: "I woke up this morning and felt alive again for the first time in years. I didn't think this part of me still existed." I mean, that's just a powerful message of hope, isn't it?
So, what's the big takeaway here? It's that this decline, it's not inevitable. You have way more control than you've been led to believe. And that leaves us with one final simple question. Are you ready to take that first small step, maybe even tonight, to start rebuilding what you thought was gone for good?